9 o'clock. It's that time already. It's strange doing these every night because it comes around quickly, doesn't it? Hope you get some benefit from that. Because it seems to be doing quite well. It's a good idea, and I thought of it myself, which is good, isn't it? However, I was going to talk tonight a little bit about basically alcohol withdrawal and how bad it was for me because it really took me down. Hello, Ops, how are you doing? Nice to see you. The alcohol withdrawal, as the title suggests in the latest video I've just put up now, I felt like I was dying. Alcohol withdrawal, it was horrendous. It was just, I'll pick it up here. It was non-stop. It took over very quickly. And the withdrawal will come later on in your drinking, let's say career, but you know what I'm saying. Hello, Steve. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I'll wait a few more people to come on. Just hope you've all had a good day anyway. It's been quite busy. Did a bit of painting. What do you really? Not a lot, mind. Just a little bit. Oscar, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And yeah, getting back to that, the horrendous feelings of the withdrawal. It took over my life. Really, with the feeling of withdrawal, and it was like I couldn't cope. But I'll wait a few more people get on here, and we'll go on it. Teddy Mac, as long as you're not withdrawing the alcohol from the bottle, that's a good way of putting it, isn't it? Yeah. That's my sorry, this is Blackstone. Forgot I was on my uncle's computer. Oh, not to worry. How are you doing, Blackstone? I say. John Doe, good evening. Samarna, even Steve in chat. Nice to see you. So it's good. We've got quite a few on. It's only 9 o'clock. Bang on time. It's good, isn't it? There's a lot of very disciplined people here. Hello, Cars. How are you? Richard Bruce. Hi, Steve. Just made it back in time. I was out skateboarding. Where the hell are you? Canada or somewhere? Certainly not Newcastle, London, are you? What a different world, isn't it? God, it is, man. There's so much of the world we haven't seen, and it's got to be explored, isn't it? You've got to travel when you can because, we're not here long, are we? You've got to make every day a good day, even if you're stressed with the sun. You've got to make sure you have a good time, and make sure you look after yourself. And that's why we're here. Skateboarding. Oh, sorry, is it skateboarding? I thought it was skiing, like snowboarding type thing. Leslie, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. And hope the weather's good in Paris, as always. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about, does anybody else have severe withdrawals? Because I'll go through, as most of you will know, the sort of minor early symptoms, really. Brussels used to skate northeastern. Really? Oh, so you professional? Well, were you semi-professional? I did try a skateboard once, but kept falling off. You're probably good on them electric bikes, aren't you, as well? I couldn't handle them. John Hoyt was okay. Thunderstorms in Paris, well, that's quite good, isn't it? In March I went up to the top of the Eiffel Tower. I didn't like heights, but when I was drinking, I didn't like heights. And I posted my partner up there. Incredible sight from the top of the Eiffel Tower. What an experience. Got some fantastic photographs. Amanda Richard, okay. Well, you must be good. Hello, Catherine, how are you? So, alcohol withdrawal can kill. Nobody ever told me that. And people said you should have known. How the hell would I know that? And I was a policeman as well, in central London. I've been to lots of hospitals with, victims of crime, accidents, all this sort of thing. I didn't know what it was all about withdrawal. I just thought you just stop, Also, I don't know what causes it, but whenever I would come off a very long and serious binge, I would get a feeling of hopelessness and doom, which felt chemical. Yeah, I often call it impending doom. And fear. You get a lot of fear about things. Irrational fears. Hello, Anne. How are you? Nice to see you. This is quite a serious subject tonight. We still have a laugh, but you know what I'm saying? It's all serious, isn't it? Getting healthy again. But the withdrawal side of stuff was the thing which I found most difficult to cope with, most difficult to reason with. But I don't know why it happened so quickly after going back on it. I think we'll talk about it a little bit, but there's a bit more to it tonight. James Hyle, Spent the evening painting my son's room, knowing I'd been my 8th can. See? Amazing, isn't it, Jim, what you can do? Samara's the same here. I never knew alcohol withdrawal could kill you. I didn't know. No, I always thought it was acute heroin withdrawal and me. So, and we're similar age. We've been through similar life patterns in a way with what we did for our jobs and the way we lived. Yes, I got that. It's terrible. Yeah, it's horrendous, isn't it? Well, the impending doom and the fear. You're frightened of everything, aren't you? You knock at the door. I used to get worried about bright lights and noise. I became very, very meek and mild, very vulnerable, I'd say. And when you're very confident, and a few years later, when you're vulnerable, it's a massive shock to your system. And people see you in a different light. People take advantage of you when you're vulnerable and drinking. Also, I suspect it's a sudden release of the suppression of emotions over the days of the binge. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know what it was, maybe I know I have very acute anxiety, which came from nowhere. One day I was confident, next minute I was very anxious about life and about everything, and I just want to, I just want to make sure that we all can see the early symptoms of it, really, because it was horrendous, and I don't know why I didn't know about it. And I just want you all to be aware. I think some of us have been through it, but people get the DTs. I never had that. It's even worse, isn't it? Cars withdrawals always start about 12 hours later. Yeah, they do. Yeah, mostly audio, but the visual terrified me, and anxiety is off the scale. That was me. I didn't have any visual problems. I had the seizures, but what I'm saying on here, the bit of research I've done is, the early symptoms, 6 to 12 hours even, are the anxiety and nervousness. Nervous, very nervous. Of everything. Walking around, going in a shop, of people, of noise, everything, I struck to Oscar. Alcohol affects neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play a role in mood regulation. Yeah, that's interesting. Hello, Samantha. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. We've had a good day. I've had a very good day. Been very non-stop, apart from this morning. So early symptoms of anxiety, nervousness, sweating, headache, nausea, vomiting, insomnia. I think I've still got a bit of that now. Insomnia. Irritability. Not so much mood swings, but agitation. Even now, my partner said, "Wait, don't sit still. I'm up and down, up and down." But when I was drinking, I was all over the place. I couldn't relax when I was coming off it, Even just trying to taper off, it was really bad. John, everyone click the like button. It helps promote the channel. Yeah, thanks very much for that. And if you want to drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee at the top there, links in there to support the channel, which is going pretty well. But please have a look at the latest video tonight, which I just posted about half an hour ago, about the withdrawal and what I went through, but in a bit more detail, Catherine, I'm very worried about a friend of mine. He drinks every day, and he even lost his house because of drink. I feel terrible for him. Unfortunately, you can give him advice, but as we all know here, it's up to ourselves, isn't it, to not go back to the bottle and to keep off it and get healthy again, because no one's going to be with you 24 hours a day. Leslie, I used to shake so badly I couldn't use my credit card right to put a key in the lock. No, a strange story. When I was about late 20s, I had quite a lot to drink the night before, and I was on early, so I was in a police centre. I went in uniform, right, to check out, get some more money for later on. And I went to the bank about 9:30. There's a Barclays Bank in Regent Street. I don't know if it's still there. Where you go up an escalator, and the escalator went straight to the front. There was there weren't many customers in. And I got the checkbook in my pocket and said, "Good morning, officer," and all this usual kind of radio was blaring away. I was going to talk through. And I got my pen out and I started to shake there. And I knew I couldn't write the check. So I pretended that I had a call. And then later on, when I'd come off duty, I had a couple of pints and then went back and wrote the check out like a Shakespearean signature. So to stop the shakes immediately, having a couple of drinks. So many times I went cold turkey and knew exactly what horrors lay ahead just to get 70,000 until the hell became slightly bearable. It's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. It's not nice. Carl just Wesley, some days I can't even write my own name. That's what happened to me. Leslie, so yeah. No, I couldn't. As soon as I write on the duty state, that's why my signature now is just one swirl. I've got like three names, Stephen and middle name and Curry, and I just wrote SF, or just S, and then just a squiggle, which I couldn't write. Bertie, hi, how are you doing? Neil Hughes, hello there, how are you? Really bad. Sorry. Don't know what that's all about. Nice to see you again. So basically, it's been a pretty bad time when I was drinking, the withdrawal side of it, because I just felt that I couldn't control it, and the shakes and feeling sick and all this sort of business, But yeah, the nausea. I think we've all had similar things: the agitation, sweats, the headaches. But when you try and stay a bit longer, or you're really heavy drinking, like I was, then I went to I used to have an increased heart rate, or what? I'd wake up in the morning, sort of middle of the night, early morning, and my heart would be really pounding fast. You could feel it in your chest, And I thought, what the hell is all that about? And I would be wondering what's gone on, and maybe think what's happened at night, earlier on, or I made any mistakes, or has something happened to me. And there was this sort of forgetfulness as well. Can't let's not forget about the diarrhea. Yeah, well, there's all that, isn't there? Pain in the bed. Also, sleepwalking. I had quite a lot of sleepwalking when I was younger, which wasn't good. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's all bad. It's not worth even going for one drink, is it? John Doe, Catherine, there's lots of us still like that. Not everyone here is in recovery. Some of us still in the midst of a horrible addiction. I agree. We've got to be aware of that, That's why we're talking about it. That's why we've got to be upfront and honest about things, because it does affect everything. Now, when I was putting Prograf to prevent rejection of my transplant, the shakes got worse. Wow. You've been through the middle of this, haven't you? Jesus, I'm so pleased you survived. John, thanks very much, Stephen. Really appreciate what you're doing. That's fine, John. And if anybody wants to drop a super chat in to support the channel or coffee, the links at the top as always. Because there's no monetization on here, because I like to keep it flowing. I think it's better. We seem to be getting quite a good crowd every night, which is brilliant. So I have to see how we're doing, really. So yeah, moderate shakiness again, confusion, and difficulty concentrating when you come off a little bit longer, trying to have a bit longer. Even when you taper down. When I've tried to taper down, I felt a bit confused. Don't know what day it is really. A bit like today because of the bank holiday, but much more serious than that, Hello, Beef. How are you doing? 2122, 2122. I've watched your channel quite a bit. I was curious, as you spoke of being constable, did you find any or many of your colleagues had the issue of working under influence? Not particularly. I think a lot of heavy drinkers, but you're quite monitored in the police, They don't just wander around drunk. There's always somebody who will drink his shoulder. And I was promoted quite quick, so I had to manage a few things as well myself. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't just the. It wasn't really the people on duty. It was in the 80s and 90s. Everyone was expected to drink, no matter what they did, whether they were a builder or solicitor or banker. It was just a big drinking time then, Hi, Beef and Chicken, how are you doing? Birdie, high heart rate when I presented at the doctors. When I was told how much I was drinking, it made sense. The doctor was concerned me having a high heart rate. But yeah, it pushes your heart rate up. And it will also push up your blood pressure. Really bad. And a lot of people I know who are late 50s, early 60s will be on blood pressure tablets. It's not good, is it? Johnny, let me send you some cash. Bear with I figured out how do you have pay. I don't have PayPal, but you can do it if you buy me a coffee links, just the same at the top there, or a super chat. Thanks very much, John, for that. I appreciate that. The buy me coffee links probably easier. Leslie, but then I didn't care. I just warned friends if they sat next to me in meal times, they might be covered in rice or peas from my shake. Well, you can see the funny side of it, but what a serious thing to have, isn't it? It's all a mess, alcohol, isn't it? And you could talk forever about it because we've all got different stories, and nobody really mentions the real dangers that we do on here. Some people on the channels do, but not a lot. Talk as openly as we do, which is why it's very helpful here. Sleep state. Hello, mate. Never observed levels, but alcoholic here. I've watched many of your videos. Thanks for the positive content. 162 days. Well done. Sleep state. 162 days. Fantastic. That. Brilliant. Bertie Bassett, stroke and heart attacks. Not just, of course it is, but yeah. I mean, Bertie just pointed out there, it's not just the liver. Many people get pancreatitis, strokes, heart attacks. It's linked to 7 types of cancer. So it's a class 1 carcinogen, isn't it? Sleep state, no longer pre-diabetic too. Yes, another thing, it can put you on a path to diabetes. And lifestyle changes can pull that back. Yeah, John Birdie's in the house. Neil, heart rate will be elevated in withdrawal for about a day. Okay, cheers, Neil. Mine was elevated even when I was drinking as well, man. When I came off, it went up even further. I got so worried about things. I think that that exacerbated it. To be fair, it was really, really bad. At some point, we used to wake up in a state of panic. That's the best way to describe it. Heart rate elevated, cars. I remember from when my problems were the worst, and the toilet 6, 7, 10 every day, and it was always an emergency. A month after drying out suddenly, IBS and the other thing has disappeared. Yeah, your body will fight for you if you give it a chance, you know. It really will. But if you keep having it with alcohol, it'll give up. It's simple as that, really, to be fair. The emergency dash many times. Rory. I don't know what that is. Rory. What's the difference between hangover and withdrawal? When I drink on my level, I don't wake feeling shit. I go over the limit 10 pounds, I feel bad. Well, hangover will be pretty mild symptoms. Dry mouth, bit of a headache, that sort of thing. When you start to get withdrawals, it's more the shakes. It lasts longer. A lot of sweats, a lot of maybe a little nausea. I used to get a lot of nausea. And sometimes vomit as well. Not much. I wasn't really sick sort of drunk. I never mixed drinks. I was just a high volume drinker. It wasn't good. And that's why you've got to get off it. Bertie, beer cider worse for diabetes. But then go on spirits. Yeah, I wasn't a spirit drinker. But I think it's all bad, isn't it? Spirits ruin everything. Alcohol ruins everything. Simple as that. 8 cans of Budweiser is the same as half a bottle of vodka. Let's have some peanuts. I'm starving here. Anxiety. Horrendous, really bad. Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Cars. Sometimes I wouldn't make it to the toilet. Yeah, fair enough. Hangover's nothing compared to withdrawal. No, it's not. Cheers, Dan. It's a totally different ballgame. You will know when you start to have a hangover. When you have a hangover, Samantha pointed this out the other night. You don't want to drink, you need to drink when you get a withdrawal. That makes sense. Hangover, you can get over it. You might want to drink later. But when you get a withdrawal, you need to drink. And when the want is replaced by need, then you've got to put the brakes on, in my view. Bertie, but you drink spirits fast for liver. Oh, yeah, there will be. Like I said, I never did spirits. I tried them, but I didn't like them. Tom, hi, Stephen. How long did it take for your driving and flying anxieties to clear up after you stopped doing? Not long at all, really. Not long at all. All the anxiety went very quickly, thankfully. 6 months, maybe? Less than that. It depends. The flying, and I've got with quite a strong partner. If you've got a good partner with you, it makes a difference. You're on your own, you sort of, even now, you get anxious about things. But if you're with somebody else, it's a lot easier. It makes a big difference as well. But it didn't take long, the driving. And I'm pretty happy to drive on motorways again. I used to have this fear of driving on straight roads. I don't know why. It's a bit like I can't get off this motorway if something happens. And I used to panic about that. So I've had a crap week, if I'm honest. I had a couple of ciggies after quitting in December. Not been to the gym, which isn't like me. Need to get myself back on track so I don't slump for a year. We need you on your Stokes, so get yourself put together, please. 777. Love your video, Stephen. I am 20 months sober, mainly through AA. Did you ever try those? Well done, first of all, 777. That's good news. 20 months sober. I went to 2 AA meetings. I didn't really feel it was for me, but I know it's helped some people, a lot of people. But whether there was the availability of this sort of thing years ago in AA was formed, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe the shift is more towards this now. Paul Creswell, how you doing, Stephen? I say, how you doing, Paul? Everyone, Ron Ree. Is 10 cans of Stella a day alcoholism territory? Yeah, definitely. I don't even need to read the rest. I know it's a lot, but I feel like there's a lot of people around me who drink more. That's a trap a little bit you can get into. I used to do that all. I'll just have 15 pints, but he drinks 15 pints and he has his bottle of whiskey as well. It doesn't matter. If you're drinking 10 every day, you're in definitely falling over the cliff territory, if that makes sense. Northern Migration, good evening. How are you doing? 777, good for you. Fantastic, isn't it? I'm 26 when I bring it up. The people around me dismiss it and say, I just need to cut down. Well, maybe you do. If you're young enough and you're fit enough, you're 26, aren't you? More than 4 is getting there. Yeah, you're pretty right, Neil. Yeah. The thing is, if you're drinking regularly, then it's going to catch you, isn't it? It doesn't matter. I mean, I was drinking just a couple of cans of beer, when I was on early, so I'd be at 4 o'clock in the morning. To get the underground at 5 to get into central London for 6, And I wasn't drinking too much, but it was all the time. I never really got a full detoxification, if that makes sense. Keith Barry, how are you doing, Steve? Do you ever have dreams that you're still drinking? I did until a few years ago, actually, a couple of years ago, actually, funny enough. I used to wake up panicking. God, I hope I haven't had a drink. Absolutely horrendous. Somebody, sorry to hear that story. We all have bad weeks, don't we? Things happen, Making changes. I've been drinking for 30 odd years. I'm 43 years old. Anybody wants to get off the drink, go into the description of all the videos I put up, the long ones, and there's a link to one-to-one mentoring, which has been very successful for a lot of people because I tell how it is. I do a 1 hour video call and speak to people, and then I'll do a follow-up and support them, When people have got a bit of accountability, it makes a big difference. John Doe, 10 cans is too much, even 6 or 7 daily is too much, yeah. But if it becomes regular, making change, I'm going to recovery steps in Barnsley. I've had the worst relapse of all time, probably about my 7th. I've been rehab in Luton, a relapse again. Yes, I don't know what the success rate of these rehab places is. Be interesting to find out. If I have another drink, it's going to help. If I don't, I'll probably have another seizure. I've only had one. It sounds like you're drinking a lot, like I was. And I think you've got to be careful, very careful if you've had seizures and you've had problems in the past. Don't just stop. That's what we're talking about tonight. That's what the video is about. Just the feelings of withdrawal, the panic, the fear, Do I feel like going to cold turkey again, even though I've only had one seizure? I'm still a little worried that might happen again. Again, this is nothing new to me. It's not my first rodeo. I still think you should get some help with that or taper off, to be fair. If anybody would like to drop a super chat in, please do to help support the channel. Or there's a buy me a coffee link pinned at the top there, which will help a lot. It keeps the channel going, keeps it current, and keeps these dynamic lives going. Because they are pretty good. A lot of information comes out in a short time. Samara, thanks, mate. I mustn't complain. I think it's just a lack of sleep. Yeah, you're right there, man. My partner goes on about that a lot. Samantha always mentions, lack of sleep. I think it's lack of sleep, less rational. It's very true. I've got to remind myself how far I've come and that I still have my recovery. Yeah, you're doing really well. And you're on here. You're one of the top people on here. We're all top people, aren't we? Let's be fair. But you've got a bit of a talent with words. We've all got talents, haven't we? The main one has been on here, trying to get off the booze. 21, 22, I think what Steve's doing in channels like these are very helpful to people from smaller or remote towns that don't have a lot of programs. Yeah, good point. Birdie, everyone is different. Drink is bad, of course, but some people can get away with it. Somebody in the 70s and he drinks every day from morning to night. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, they're all exceptions to the rule, without a doubt. It's not everyone who falls by the wayside. Oh, my Mark Pine FC. Tomorrow not making changes, it gets worse every time, but you probably know that. Best of luck. Cost me 7,000 for 28 days. If you get into some meal, it costs you £49 for the rest of your life. So it's much cheaper. Somebody just bought 3 coffees. That's fantastic support. Really is. Thanks very much. You've no idea what difference some support makes to the channel. I've got a new phone today, new camera and all that something. It makes a massive difference. I'll just say to everybody, thanks for being here. Because without you, there'll be no channel, would there? I've got to keep going. Got to keep going. Got to keep strong. Got to keep it as a group. AK, put another coffee. Thanks very much, Enoch. So that's another coffee coming in. Brilliant. That's fantastic support, because I think you benefit. I'd like to think you benefit from these, because I certainly do. And it's nice to see people who are similar mindset or the same mindset, and that is to get healthy again. Because when you get unhealthy, you only got 2 choices. Really. Are you going to get better, or are you going to get worse? If you get worse, you're going to die, and you're going to not die. And you got to think about these. As soon as you start going down with your health, everything else will come down. It's very, very quick. £7,000 for 28 days. Get into the description, and I'll help you out. So we have 10 cans a day. A lot of the time, that's holding back. If I really just said, fuck it, I could do 15 and still get into work, maybe a bit worse, where I did that when I was younger. I could have 10, 15 go away. Just for me, it was the anxiety. I've got my alcoholic workbook monitoring. Anxiety was acute for me. So I know where you're from, making changes on that. Joe Jill, nice to see you. I remember being ridiculed for not drinking. 1 drink won't kill you, he declared. If I had 1 drink, it might end up killing you. That's where I am. If I had 1 more drink, I'd be knackered completely. Making changes, I'm tapering off. I'm currently working on my alcohol workbook. Sometimes it's easier said than done. I need to get it sorted immediately. I know it's a long road. It is, but it's worth it. Me too. Bertie, it's not encouraging people to drink. Just saying about someone I know, it's unbelievable. It's fit as a fiddle. Of course, people are definitely able to drink more. Some people are different, made up of different stuff, Does it work? Mentally, I think, is the main thing. Cool, hello. How are you doing? Cook saying hello, everybody. 4 cans a day getting there. That literally would not hit the size to me. Bit worrying though. Thought it was fairly normal. Well, I thought it was normal having 10 plus. But it's actually horrendous. And it's just one of them things where you get used to it. And it becomes, like I said, habit, then it's an addiction, isn't it? And the addiction then will take you down. And that's what happened to me. People say it's genetic and such like. So I just bought a coffee. That's really good. Thanks for the coffees here, folks. It massively helps the channel. I really appreciate these. So making changes, yeah, man. It was awful at first, but I met some good dudes. Majority of them are back on it again. It's just strange. Just making changes was quite new here. It's on about the rehab. I've never been to rehab. Couldn't afford it. Simple as that. I would like to have gone, and I probably hope I would have been all right. But I mentor a guy. I did a while ago, and he spent £18,000 and drank a bottle of vodka when he got out. So you need to have that mindset of I'm not going to drink again. Doesn't matter who's looking after you. I mean, I could have easily come out of hospital 4 years ago and said, "Oh, I'll just have another drink." It was up to me, wasn't it, to be strong and like everybody else here, to be strong and make changes in your life. Because I've been waking up at 2 a.m. having a can, go back to sleep. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I didn't go to work. I was retired by then, thankfully. Hallucinations scared me sober from two bottles of vodka a day. Wow, Aaron, that's a lot of drinking, isn't it? 2 bottles of vodka a day. Thomas Brennan, key is peace of mind in sobriety, or it's a struggle. Yeah. If you can relax with alcohol, you've won. That's what I think. Mank Dan, what about no, it didn't work with me, unfortunately. I only went a couple of times a long time ago, and this higher power thing didn't really agree with me. I wasn't really into that. I knew how to do it myself. I wanted to get off the drink, but I just found some of the story were a little bit much for me. And I just didn't take to it. Some people do, some people don't. But it certainly helped a lot of people, I believe. As John said there, please click the link above and buy Steve a coffee. Help the channel. That's good of you, John. The link's at the top there. And if you like the videos, and please like the videos. It's worth having a look through some of the videos as well when you get a chance. Because we're only in here for an hour and a half, a couple of hours a night. And probably be on more during the winter, I think, when there's more people who are struggling. For me, winter time was by far the worst time. Oscar, if your mind is ready, you probably don't need rehab. I think you're right there. Yeah, Oscar's right on that one. Birdie Bassett, the worst thing was the Spurs, 100%. Thanks, John, about the link above and the coffee. I appreciate that. And what's been bought really makes a difference. Oh, alcohol abuse and alcoholism, different things. Not really, just different wording, I think, isn't it? Aaron Birdie, me too. Richard Bruce, it really is never go back. Harsh truths, harsh facts. Yeah, it's a change of lifestyle, change of mindset, change of habit. And as I said in the past, I mean, some people are new here. I'm just speaking from experience. There's a lot of time to fill when you stop drinking. If you think about the amount of hours you spend planning to go for a drink, going for a drink, in the boozer, getting back from the boozer, having a few cans at home, and recovering. There's 100 hours a week in there. What are you going to do with all that time? What are you going to do? Most people go about the drink. And that's what you've got to avoid. You need a bit of a plan. You need to get something to do. My saviour, when I was off between 2006 and 2014, some people have heard this, was a hotel gym. Where you weren't in the gym lifting weights all the time, but you could be on the lounges, have a little swim, steam room, sauna. You could go in and out there all day. It was a hotel. That sort of thing. It fills the time in. John Doe, winter is definitely worst time, 100%. Please, Samara there, please share, like, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps Steve's channel. Thanks, Samara. Yeah, do that, like and share and hit the bell. Thanks to all the moderators. And John Doe, winter, terrible for me, winter. Ron Rybew. I don't know what the name, how you spell that, but how you pronounce it. Worrying, but I really struggle to see a life without drink. You see what I mean? All them hours. That was exactly my problem. Coming from a family of drinkers, it's quite isolating. The only social activity I do is getting pissed. Yeah. Well, I had other things to do, but that was the main thing after work. And then when I retired, I was like, well, I'll go with the boozer. And that's why we have to making changes, what a good name that is. We have to make changes. The scary thing for me is I'm such a functioning alcoholic. It's scary 1 can before work, isn't the absolute truth. I'm doing 2 liters of white cider before I walk into work. What do you do for a living? Making change without going into too much detail, of course. You know, what sort of work is it? So, Mara, well done. Thomas, did you ever relapse before you reached sobriety? Oscar, remember the one who was doing your own thing, man. Thomas Brennan many times. Yeah, I relapse quite a lot as well. I think we all do. But I'm trying to get people not to. We're all trying to help, I think, aren't we? I believe it's 100% hereditary because I've lost so many people on my father's side. I think it's learned behaviour, but there might be some truth in the hereditary aspect. Winter calls for me, family, loved ones. That's good, Richard. Making changes, unless it's government funded, even then it's a stretch. Good point. Samantha, Joe, no, not the same alcoholism as dependence. Alcohol abuse, it's the amount you drink. They are both related, though. Alcohol abuse could lead to alcoholism. Yeah, Katie Pence. Yeah, it's well put. Very clever woman, isn't she? Not the same. So alcoholism and alcohol abuse are different then. So well put point that, Samantha. Not the same alcoholism as dependence. Alcohol abuse is the amount you drink. Yeah, just sort of binging, maybe. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. Maybe you should be a moderator. They're both related, though. Alcohol abuse could lead to... Yeah, I've got you. Some clever people here now. I'm learning a lot, you know, every night, every day. Jojo, thanks, Samantha. They're telling me it's all about the first drink and the inability to stop. Yeah, that was with me after relapse. And I wouldn't have 1 and go on to 20. I would have 1 or 2, and then next week I'd have 4 or 5. And then it would build up very quickly after that. I start to feel not just hungover, but withdrawal. When you relapse, I've said before, you don't have any hangover period. You just go straight from relapse to withdrawal. And that's when you panic. And that's when the anxiety comes in. Bob Hunter, thanks very much for that super chat. Brilliant, that, thanks. Even Jesus loved a bit of wine. Very true, isn't it? You still get it in church, can't you? Not I'm a big church man, but of course. There you go. Thanks very much, Bob. If anyone else wants to join Bob in supporting the channel, please do. And thanks for the coffees that have been bought tonight. Excellent. My name is completely random, by the way. Just smashing keyboard. My name is John. Hi, John. Off the team one turn up Monday, and I accept Monday's a bad day, isn't it? There's a lot of comments here. Woo. I was in a psychiatric ward, and some bloke literally dragged me to AA meetings. It was every day. I was not in any mental state to appreciate what was going on. Good point. I think I was. Thanks for the sort of chat there. And anybody else wants to do that, I'll drop a coffee in. Thanks a million for that. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Again. Hey, Bob. JC was a social drinker. The first convoy on a Monday would be who got the most pissed at the weekend. The first conversation, yeah. It's true, though, isn't it? Then we're going for early turn once every day. And somebody in the crowd of PCs or sergeant would say, well, we're going for a drink later. That was at 6:30 in the morning. Good plan, you know. Jesus had something to eat with his wine. Good point, Roscoe. John Doe, making change. I'm inclined to agree. My dad and my grandfather were addicted to alcohol, strangely. So the hereditary or learned. I was just learned, but then again, I'm not a scientist. The wine Christ drank was not alcoholic. Oh, see, Tom, didn't know that. If you said you're off the booze, you'd be told you're a wet wipe. Oh, completely, yeah. Shandy boy, we used to call him. What's all that about? Why were we taking the piss out? People didn't drink as much. It was a badge of honour, wasn't it? A badge of honour. It's just incredible how we thought it was good fun and it was clever to do that. I mean, the guys used to work with clever fellas. They were stupid, you know? Not daft. I mean, why did we do it? Nobody can answer that. Nobody can probably answer that, can they? Really. But no, I liked the buzz of it, and I was still chasing what I had when I was younger, I think. Making change, obviously, a lot of people in here are very seasoned in alcoholism. Oh, God, yeah. It's very hard to change your mindset after massive trauma and 30 years of alcoholism. And I praise people that have done it. Thanks for making changes. It's not easy, but we're here to help. If you want help, get under the description of the videos. There's a link in there. On the drinks since last night, Heineken, Guinness need to change. Yeah, try and get off it. Try and cut down at least. James, chin up. We are here to help. Of course. Tom Bryn, I didn't stop because of the drunkenness. It was with the withdrawal that it became hellish. Yeah, and me. The withdrawals got worse. The hangovers became withdrawal. When the hangovers go from withdrawal, then you're finished. Simple as that. 2122. James, if you're here and you know you want to, you can do it. Everyone stumbles before they can walk. Of course they do. Marita, evening all. How are you? Dennis, hi Dennis. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you're late. It's only 40 minutes in. And as my partner said, it's a weekend. So why worry? Take it easy. It's really painful. Reminding me of football teams or bands of even nationalism. Everyone wants a badge. Some people want a drinking badge. Of course they do. It was crazy. I can drink more than you. It's like saying I can drink more poison than you. I mean, it's fucking mad, isn't it? Giorgio, what do you think of being California sober, Stephen? What does that mean? Sure, California sober. Or anybody else? I don't know what that means, but it'd be nice to get in line, wouldn't it? A lot of people like us, so I just want to be normal. Unfortunately, we can't be. It's funny and even keel. You can't socially drink anymore. That's it. It's hard. I feel like alcohol is a friend I never had. Well, let it go. It's going to kill you. You've got to remember that. It's going to kill you. You get that in your head, you'll not drink. That's your mantra. Every day. If I drink that, I'm going to be dead. I don't want to be dead. I've got a good life. You know? I'm healthy. I'm reasonably fit. I've got a fantastic partner. Got a daughter. My life's good. And to wake up every day after being 2.5 years of traumatic experience in hospital is a blessing. Nothing phases me now, not much anyway. The odd little thing, but not a lot. It means no alcohol but smoking weed. Okay, thanks for that. So I think weed is a lot safer than alcohol, to be fair. I mean, even going back a lot of years, we used to just street caution for cannabis. It would be legalised. It's more or less legalised now. Not a problem. I don't think it didn't cause any. Very rarely did you nick anybody for getting out of hand, through cannabis. It's always drink-related crime. Gypsy, how are you doing? It's really strange how we know how brutal the withdrawals are emotionally, mentally, and physically, yet we still crave it. Makes no logical sense when we know how horrifying the experience is. I agree. Totally agree. Dan Soundship wrote a list of the hell that happens while drinking and the benefits when sober and read them when I was craving. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I do mentally. What are the benefits of drinking? 0. The benefits of being sober, 20,000. It's as simple as that. James, I binge drink. Binge drinking can be just as bad. Although Samantha pointed out that alcohol abuse is binge drinking, more so, I think. But that can lead to alcoholism. But we're still going to be a massive binge drink. Making Change, I want to say I really respect you. I've been watching you since you started. Thanks for that, Making Change. It's a while, about 16 months now. You're a very positive influence, and I do think you're doing a great thing, helping people. So much respect. Thanks for that endorsement. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you. And you know what you're doing here, and all of you are contributing towards it, which is good. Tips, what was the worst part emotionally, mentally for you when drinking? Let my daughter down at the time. I couldn't look after my daughter. I mean, even she was an adult. I couldn't go to her graduation, couldn't go and see her in Manchester, that sort of thing. That was really hit me hard. And when she came into hospital, she said to me, I don't want you to die, I need you to walk me down the aisle. That really hit me. So yeah, letting my daughter down is the worst. I let myself down. So I'm a parent. Not good. I was always a bit of an emotional person, but it just took me down to the bottom. Really down. California shows where you smoke weed, but still no booze. 777. Thanks for that. Weed, to me, I would legalise it tomorrow. Stoic, done. That's brilliant. That's what I do. It's a tool I picked up from AVRT. It's called Comparing Boxes. Got your story? Dennis Murray, I love this channel. This channel is my AA, and I never liked AA. It wasn't for me. Thanks, Dennis. Oscar John Doe, thumbs up. Oscar Smith, I wonder how much the mental state of self-destructiveness contributes to relapse. I think I don't care right now what happens tomorrow. I want to know. Could be instant gratification. With me, it wasn't. I just to get to a situation. I thought, 2 years I've been sober. It's a great day. Been a good day. I'll just have one, and I feel now I've won. Wow, I feel good now. Maybe I'll go and see the guys in the boozer. Maybe I'll take a little trip somewhere, and I'll go somewhere. Maybe I want to feel normal again. But it didn't happen like that. Didn't happen like that at all. You got to give off it. If anybody, if you get any value from the, you're bound to get value from it. But if you want to drop a super chat in to help the channel, these lives are pretty good, I think, quite dynamic, aren't they? Please do so. There's a coffee link there, and thanks to everyone's bought a coffee and to Bob for the super chat so far. It's easy to do, and it makes a big difference. Well, just as I said that, Bob Hunter there, £5. Well, amazing super chat. Thanks very much, Bob. Appreciate that so much. From Bob, pharmaceutical companies will kill you before IS will. IS will. I do not take the mRNA Bill Gates medication. I'd rather smoke my nicotine. Yeah, got you. Thanks, Bob, for that. Pharmaceutical companies, massive money involved in pharmaceutical. Tell you a quick story. Earlier, we went to get some over-the-counter medication for my partner's dog. Right? Some of the pills are 12 quid, 15 quid, 34 quid. And it's the same for adults, isn't it? Pharmaceuticals. That's where you invest. If you got any money, put into that. Thanks for that, Bob. Appreciate the super chat, the donation, and the brilliant about the pharmaceutical companies there. Incredible. James, I need to stop your channel is helping. I have thought about A, but not made the step. We'll try it if it's any good. Jojo, well said, Bob. 100% would endorse what Bob said there. What says there? How much do you think isolation fuels drinkers to drink? Massive. Isolation. No good. Unless you get fit again. If you can get off it, isolation can be good for a while to get you on an even keel. Even better if you've got a partner, though, because it's somebody to chat with, isn't it? We're not even living, you don't have to live together. You've got somebody in your life, you know. Makes a big difference having the right partner. Because my marriage was a sham. Fucking dreadful. But now I'm on a really good thing now. So it makes a big difference. But isolation, definitely, it doesn't help when you're drinking. It certainly doesn't. 21, 22, regarding hereditary V learned, I think it's more stress, psychology term. Diathesis, whatever that means, psychology. Basically, you may have predisposition, but something triggers or brings it out. Yeah, that's interesting. Oscar, do you think gyms should be government funded? The lower one I go to is $19.99 a month, so it's only like what, 60 pence a day, isn't it? Anyway. So it's not too bad. I don't think they'll ever government fund them. I think you could probably get a government funded membership, but I think the way this country's going, anything will be government funded, really, to be honest. But it's worth dropping it in there. And if any MPs are watching, then make a healthy nation. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? To put forward to Parliament, make gyms government funded, and people will get off the booze, get off the cigarettes, and get healthy again. You know, be a good idea. I actually know somebody who's a counsellor who was actually a doctor who did a video with me. I might suggest him. Mention will be back in a minute, okay? Do you know the high, Steve? Day 19 sober, fantastic, well done. 19 days is good. Going strong, feeling good. Been watching the videos this week and they really help. Excellent. I'm pleased that you help getting some benefit from them. John Steve making changes as prime moderator material, in my opinion. Do you think? Yeah, he's a busy lad, isn't he? Busy lad. 22 22. We'll give him a couple of more days and see how it shapes up. 21, 22. That's why some families have some children that fall prey and others don't. Maybe. But that's why they call him Kill Gates, really. So that's where his money is, eh? These people could never spend the interest, never mind the money. I was at AA for 15 years and recovered through Grace God. Fantastic, Thomas. That's good for AA, that. Dan, the one prescribed you £1,000, but will prescribe medication that is more addictive. It's mad, isn't it? I tried peanut, it goes down the wrong way. James, I'm generally shy and anxious. No one in my family suffers from alcoholism. No, mine. I was shy as a kid. Anxiety, yeah. No anxiety now. Very little, to be honest. It would be hugely beneficial to fund gyms who wouldn't mind. I agree with that. When I look at it like that, not just for alcoholics, but for the general population, wouldn't it be good? Make your own nettle tea and nettle soup. That's just a good idea. God, my throat. Okay. Emotional part of the throat is much, much worse. It is mine. The emotional part's terrible. Make your own nettle tea. If on Universal Credit, you can get a great discount. £8 a week, that's good, isn't it? Tell you, Mark. Bob again. Wow. Sorry, Bob, I'm going to coughing video. I love a whiskey, but I respect your sobriety. We have freedom of choice. I choose to be kind, compassionate, full of love. Well done, Bob. Cheers for that. Hope you're well. Let me try this cough. Hiya, Scooter. How are you doing? Tell your doctors for insomnia. That's a good idea. I try to get pills for flying, you know. There's a pattern, but he wouldn't give me them without proof of flight. What a carry on. Pardon me. I don't know how these BBC people do it. Thomas honestly study what is actually growing by your own home. Then the chemist. It's alternative medicine, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks again, Bob, for that massive donation. Choice is hard, Bob. I wish I could just stop. I just swallowed a peanut with you. It's chilly. Thank you, brother. I love whiskey. I never had whiskey. I tried it. It always gave me terrible. I respect just my brother. We have freedom of choice. Choose to be kind, compassionate, and full of love. I try. You do very well, Bob. Keep strong. Keep on moving with it. You know, if you need any help, then come on here. You'll crack it. You know, you will crack it. Well done, Bob, and thanks for that again. George, for me, alcoholism was about my changing behaviours. The Jekyll and Hyde thing. It's incredible. John, don't cough it up. Yeah. Dennis, I don't say this to boast. I was as bad as anyone in the group until everyone changed as possible. I saw it today, 2,000 days. Wow. Incredible, that. Absolutely incredible. It's 2,000 days. Fantastic, isn't it? Really good. You've done amazingly well. And let's keep it up there. Let's get everybody sober. That's the aim here, isn't it? 64 people. We had 64, so we see if we get 70. Well done, Dennis from Silver World Beef and Chicken. Dan, John Doe, they just prescribed Dopiclon for insomnia now. We don't know what everyone else does. There needs to be a big change in government policy on all of this, on health, fitness, alcohol, and the whole lot, really. But the way it is at the moment, there's just no money around. That's the problem. Thomas drink isn't the issue. We are the problem using class A drug to deal with it. You might be right there with all the medication. But look, if you can get Dopiclon now, it's hard to get anything now. I was speaking to a guy in Greece. He's Scottish, actually. He's got a business over there. I got him off the booze over Christmas. He's still off the booze. I bet did a one-to-one with him. He was saying that you can get the diazepam easy over there. It's just not a problem. Why is it so difficult here? Because after 8 years sober, the doctor said to me, "Oh, you could get addicted." So I haven't had it for 8 years. Still wouldn't prescribe. Still wouldn't prescribe. Being sober, we become consistent. Yeah, I agree, Scott. We get routines. We don't get flustered. That's a very good point. Don't panic as much, do we? Over the counter in Greece, really, tragedy. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Wow, it's a tight of the day. Tell you what, I don't think we have a government that cares about the British people's health. I totally agree. We're just peasants to them, aren't we? Stoic to James, addiction can only put thoughts in your head. It doesn't control your actions. Your response to thoughts is what matters. Choose not to drink, choose to live, choose to be the best you. Good point again, Stoic. Kevin Turner, pubs should go back to how they used to be. Close a few hours. Yeah, what about Wetherspoons open all day? 9 o'clock and get a beer. So, if you've got a passport to go across France, you can buy Dopiclon over the counter in French pharmacies as much as you want within reason. So, is that any good, Samara? Any good? Is that similar to diazepam? You know, I take antidepressants and drink. So, dying. You got to try and get off it. You don't want to die, James. You got to be positive, you know. So, any benefits not drinking? 100%. Yeah, the doctor was terrible with me, refusing me. Naltrexone is very good for certain people, and you can get it privately for about £400. But a lot, but probably a week's booze for a normal bloke. Right. No, I've never used any of these, you see. Ever had panic attacks in a hangover? Next to yeah, a lot of them. In withdrawal, hangovers, withdrawal, it's really bad. Then move to the next. 24-hour drinking license should never have been passed. I agree. It's crazy. Especially, Wetherspoons are so cheap as well, aren't they? Neil, Neil, you can only get addicted to benzo if the doctor keeps prescribing. That's true. I totally agree. I only wanted a 5-day supply, and they wouldn't even give me that. Leslie, is that a fact I was talking about 15 years ago? I was normal alcoholic too, I'm still one. I think I wasn't ever causing any major bother. 21, 22, the first 6 months I was on an naltrexone program, and I sincerely think it, along with CBT, is what reprogrammed me to be sober and want to remain such. Yes, staying sober is the thing, isn't it? Let's go about disease remission. Leslie, you can only get month by month from doctor, strictly control. I couldn't get week by week. Wouldn't give me any. I went into a Wetherspoons recently just out of curiosity. It was so depressing. Isn't it terrible? The Wetherspoon, I went to one today, I put a little post up. The worst food ever. Well, I only got like a bacon roll, but it was, the cat wouldn't eat it, you know what I mean? It's not good. 80s, 90s retro collector. You're a legend, Steve. Look younger and younger each video. Thanks very much for that. Appreciate that. Hope my partner's watching this. James, I'm also a qualified PT. Next week I have accounting exam. Brilliant, that's good then. You know, if you're a personal trainer, pretty hell. Exactly, that's it. I agree with Leslie. You can only get month by month from doctor. It is strictly controlled. That's the way it should be, but I couldn't get any. It's very difficult. Some parts of the UK, Scotland get it easier than England. I never got addicted to benzos while quitting, but I guess it depends on the person. I don't think I would get addicted for just 5 days, four times in your life. But it's just the policy they had at the time. Maybe bad timing from me, I don't know, but certainly wouldn't give it to me. He was growing younger. We do that when we get sober. That's a good point, actually. Do we get younger? I think we tend, well, peers, as it were. The guys we used to drink with now look pretty ropey, to say the least. And their mental state is pretty ropey as well. So physically and mentally they go down because they've given up, they don't see a future, you see. Thomas, when I once drank 2 bottles of cough medication and knocked myself out because of the withdrawals. Wow, fucking hell, Thomas. Yeah. What we do is extreme, isn't it? Very extreme what we do to get over this withdrawals. It's incredible, that. So you researched the Sinclair method. It didn't work for me, but I know it works for many others. Especially binge drinkers or people who drink for a buzz. Right? That's worth having a look at. James, I want to get rich enough and go to Ireland and just drink. That's crazy if you're a PT. Thanks for having a look at that. James, you need to rethink your life, because Ireland's no good. It's made up a pint of Guinness, but you're not going to stay there. Regan Bell never ends well. Sure doesn't. John, you're not being funny, but I hate Wetherspoons pubs anyway. I've never used them. I'm a traditional pub and me now. I used to use them, but not now. I only pop in, have a coffee, and have a little sandwich. I didn't even need it. It's crazy. The universe is so beautiful and mysterious, yet we try to make ourselves unconscious. That's a good point, that, isn't it, Oscar? Yeah. It's a beautiful place, and we drink and knock ourselves out. And then lie in bed all day and, feel rough. Scooter Bob, James, this is time to stop. Get off the pity pot. Yeah, I think you're right. Get off the booze. You can get off the booze if you try. We've all sat there. Scooter Bob, very true. We need to get positive. The Dumb Fair evening. How are you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Leslie, I see Shrink. She shrink at the hospital once a month. That's good. I guess I was always scratching my head. Everyone in the UK says naltrexone. I say I missed all that sort of stuff. Bob, thanks very much for that super chat again. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bob. Can I have a pint of kindness, please? You can have lots of kindness here, Bob. Lots of kindness. Everyone's good on here. We're all helping each other, you know. It's really, really good of you to put these in. Dennis, making changes. Yeah, I agree. The video about making changes. Get you some new clothes, get your hair cut, have a proper shave, maybe join a gym. You can do all that when you stop drinking because you'll save so much money. I just had a day of it today. You wouldn't believe some story. I'll share bits on here if you don't mind. I don't want to. You don't need to. Let's do regular blood tests and scans. Help you, but you can't get away from the drink. It's everywhere. You can. I've managed it for 6 years. So you just got to not touch it. It's like not putting your hand in the gas oven, isn't it? And burning it, you know. You've got to be wary of that. And it was discussed earlier. You don't want to withdraw again. You do withdraw again, you know. I'm on it now as my mum is dying as we speak. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I won't drink. Okay, that's good then. I wish starting was easy. Nothing's easy in life, James, unfortunately. To be successful, everything takes a bit of pain. And it's painful coming off. It's hard to restructure your life. If you've been a heavy drinker, your whole life has to restructure. I was mentored under one of Scotland's first ever recovered alcoholics. Long, hard road, but worth it. Well done, Tom. James, stopping is not easy. It's probably the hardest thing to do in your life. You're right there. That's why so many alcoholics die young, making it. It's very, very hard. Yeah, Scott Bob, sorry to hear the bad news. It's not good. The cycle of life, unfortunately, but it's always bad in the middle of it. So we're all thinking about you. Kevin Turner, I try to think I won't drink before 6 p.m, then 7, then 8. Managed to get down to 2 pints on Saturday and Sunday. Eventually could go a full weekend. But brilliant, Kevin. That's a good idea. Cut down the number of hours that you drink. Obviously, cut down the number of drinks as well. You know, if you do both together. Scott Bob, hard liquor as healthy as possible. Brilliant, Scott Bob. Don't go back on the booze. I had temptations to do it when my father died, but they wouldn't want you to say that. It'd be like that. It's nice to have had a bit of sober time with them. Neil, I'm going to start do next Saturday. I've told my mates I won't be drinking. They didn't bat an eyelid. Very supportive. That's good then. Yeah, do your own thing. But from Bob, Scott Bob, take care, 100%. John Doe, Scott Bob, your mum. Loved your mum. Yeah, loved to Scott Bob's mum. An act of alcoholism, I wouldn't make it about me. Yeah, understand, Scott. 95, what an age. My mother was 94 last Saturday. We'll not live that long. Their generation was smarter than us and ate better and didn't drink much. If I was drinking, I wouldn't be any help or support. That's the thing. You'd be ending up in a mess, wouldn't you? And you'd end up in a total mess. I just want to get everybody to a good place. That's what it is, you know. And I want you all to be positive about life. Because I was so ill and so depressed, I was going to kill myself. It was absolutely horrendous. I'd gone from being a very positive, very likable chap to being a fucking idiot. That's what I was. Steve, do you want one? Yeah, I do, James. Yeah, if you go onto I'll give it my one. If you go into the description of any of the videos, yeah, there's a link to one-on-one mentoring. But text me this number, +44 if you're outside the UK. Text me that number, I'll give you a link, and you can book a session if you want. Not a problem. It seems to be working for a lot of people. A lot of people stay sober once I've had a good crack at them, you know. Oscar, eat well, exercise, and turn the TV off once in a while. Good. That's a good idea. Yeah. Chester, those seizures are horrible. Incredibly frightening. I went in 2-1 on day 3 cold turkey. Bit of hole in my mouth. The side of the golf ball was on my own as well. Jesus. Not good. Not good. I had one in hospital and I ended up in ICU. Because when you got cirrhosis of the liver, then your salt level, sodium level drops. It's really low. Really low. So Flossie put, but your mum sees who you are today. She'll be so proud, mate. Stay strong, stay the best version of you. Well, sad story. Scott, about work is different too. Are all other problems that used to stress me out? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bob, thanks very much again for this super chat. I really appreciate these donations. You know, keeps the channel moving along. Anybody else wants to join Bob, please drop a super chat in or a coffee or something if you want to support us. From Bob, I spent a lot of time in HMS, but I survived. I live with my beautiful cat now. I still love people, so please take care, my friends. I love you all. Thanks so much, Bob, for that. Really appreciate that. The HMS days hopefully are behind you now. And let's move on, Bob. And thanks very much for your donations. It really makes a difference to the channel. You make a lot of contribution on here, and cheers for doing that. And thanks for letting us into your life, because I think we're all opening up on here quite a bit, aren't we? And it's sort of know people as mates now, friends. It's nice to see a mix of male and female as well, and it's working really well. And I hope we're making changes for people in their life, but only you can do it. And we're here to help. John Dorsey, you'll be planning on a meetup. Yeah, still planning to meet up in January. I think we'll get Christmas on. We'll all meet up somewhere. I don't know what the venue will be. Somewhere mid-country-ish, I think would be good. Everyone can get there, there's no problem. If you don't have enough money for a train, you can always get a bus, can't you? Or drive or whatever. Even people in their own area, if they live nearby, just do a car share or something. Or book a restaurant or something. Have a blessed weekend. Wet ones, sober ones, peace, love and chicken. Greece. Thanks, mate. All the best, go. Someone else has the same here. I was eating through a straw. The fruit nearly bit my tongue off. Horrendous, isn't it? I don't have an aerial in my live on YouTube. Okay, guys, live on YouTube, got you. Making changes. Do you have a problem with sleeping restless legs? I did have, but not now. Stoic, I come off all social media. Wasn't helping my recovery. Now I'm only on here on WhatsApp. It's a good idea that. Keep off social media. Thanks, Bob. Sorry, Her Majesty's pleasure. Oh, no, you mean. I know what you mean. I knew what you meant. HMS, very similar. Cheers, Bob. So I got that. Thomas, all the jails, hospitals, and graveyards are full of drink casualties. Don't be another one. That's the statistic. So right, that, mate. Alcoholics don't live long. Simple as that. You know. And you're right about looking older and looking younger. I was looking old. I looked 82 when I was 57. I just looked horrendous. Because I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't doing anything properly. Didn't have partners, didn't have any sex, didn't have any fucking life. It was nothing. Nothing apart from beer in the cupboard. What sort of life is that? It feels like you're stuck in violent static when you are trying to break from it. That's a good point, yeah. Violent static. Good expression. Does anyone Google everything? ChatGPT is a thing now. It's much quicker than Google. Yeah, I think you're helping so many people, man. It's very honourable. Well done to you, man. So thanks for making changes. I appreciate that. Neil, my legs felt bad when I was drinking. Yeah, really bad, aren't they? Thanks, Bob. Thank you, guys. Need to open up to love. Of course you do. We're all here to help, but no one must dump on my heart. No, you'll be fine. You just keep positive about life and enjoy life. That's the thing. If you want to support the channel, then please drop a super chat in, as Bob and a couple of other people have done. And also, there's a coffee link there. If you want to just buy a coffee, it's linked at the top. And thanks for people who've donated. Since we started, probably gone about 6 weeks now, isn't it? I've been on most nights. A couple of them missed because of me and my partner being away and that sort of thing. But I managed to squeeze my in when she's been here, so it's been good. There's a lot of people in this chat, but I completely agree with them. I believe this could be a new family to help each other. Oh, 100%. This will grow massively. Give it another month. I mention it every night. Once it gets really cold and miserable out there, this will be on. There'll be hundreds of people in here. Hundreds. And then we'll get a national name and we'll all be. The first 100 will be famous, if you want to be. That's my goal the next year. To get 100 solid people on here. And then get 1,000 of people on a meeting. And I don't know how I'm going to read all the comments out, but we'll deal with that when it happens. Because it will happen. It was interesting to see Rick from Soberstar on here. Because you've got the creators having a look. It's interesting. Because he got a lot of flack, didn't he? I still haven't had a chance to have a look at videos because I've been busy with other things, but I will do. Thomas, you're not struggling for the rest of your life. That can be daunting just off of a day. Good point, yeah. Try not to take the emotional hit of, you can't have a drink for the rest of your life. Just try to take a bit of a hit. You don't have a drink for 24 hours. And that's the thing you need to look at. Neil Hughes, I've been here from day one. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate that. It's done well, isn't it? It's done better than I thought. What's turned out from a bit of a hobby, which I never thought would make much of an impact. It's made a massive impact. And people say, when I get a message saying, "You saved my daughter's life," I think, oh no. I feel like crying, but some do. Cars, I might still be drinking with the odd night off, but I always take something away from these chats. Very humbling. Thanks, Cars. Yeah, even I, though, was at the bottom of the bottle. I've seen comments in here from people who have been through much worse than I have. Emotionally, especially emotionally, with families and loss, that sort of thing. It's just very humbling. You're right there, mind. Come off and think, wow, what have I just done there? Or what have I just been involved in, This is going to be absolutely huge. This, honestly, trust me. Bob, that's it. Well, so thanks for being normal. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks again, Bob. And I hope you get well again. Because we're all thinking about you. You're gonna have to concentrate on this and try and get yourself put together. ChatGPT is proper addictive. I subscribe. I've never subscribed yet. Google's hopeless. Rick must have broken every bone in his body the amount of times that he's fallen off the wagon. Yeah, he looks very well for an alcoholic. I'd never looked as well as that. But he's obviously got a problem. He's getting things from the doctor. I couldn't get anything from the doctor. Yeah, well done, Bob. It's really good of you to pop in here and keep coming on here because you got some good backers here. We're all backing each other up. That's a good thing about this. We're quite reliable folk here. Coach isn't having the strength to go on. It's going on when you have no strength. I like that. That's a bit of an SAS thing, isn't it? I like that. Courage isn't the strength to go on, it's going on when you have no strength. Brilliant that one for the forces, isn't it? If you're benefiting from these lives every night and you want to support the channel, please feel free to drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee, links at the top. Thanks to everyone who's done that. Thanks to everyone who's donated. It's been really good. So yeah, original what we were talking about was withdrawal, wasn't it? But it's quite good that goes off topic a bit. There's so much to talk about. So we just make it a general chat. There's no point in making a title, is it? Neil, I wouldn't have done 6 weeks if it wasn't for Steve and people on here. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate it. I really do. It's nice to hear this sort of thing. You've actually made a difference, because we can all make a difference. And that's what's powerful, isn't it? Very powerful. Dennis, of all the bad things we have done or said in our past on alcohol, did you all ever think about the lucky escapes we've had? Hospitals, police, driving, relationship. I write 10 books. I know what you're saying, yeah. I know what you're saying. Thanks, James, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. All the best to you. And are you in Ireland, aren't you? What part of Ireland you're in? I think your mate said you were in Dublin because we were there recently. Cheers again, James. Appreciate it. Bertie, we all have problems in life and alcohol will not solve anything. It makes no difference to your problems other than makes them worse. You're right, Bertie, 100%. Kev, we're going to have lads greetings from Madrid. Going the airport 40 minutes to Ibiza. Cannot drink, said I know any advice in the airport to kill time. Stay on here or watch some videos or go and buy yourself some nice aftershave with the money you would have spent on booze. Actually, I would buy you eat. Shut a bird or something, or whatever you want to feel like doing, but don't have a drink. Making changes, I'd rather have 100 people here than 500 fakes. It's very true, yeah. Thanks very much, making changes. It's a nice endorsement. You're a great commodity to the society. Thanks to everybody else here as well, because you all contribute, We all contribute together. I appreciate all these sentiments. We can start a Netflix series amount of stuff we've got. I think you're probably right, why not? Think about that. I think the top 100 people here start a show. This can be massive. The alcohol problem in the UK is so big. It needs something like this to turn things a little bit. And I might be dreaming ahead here, but I don't think so. Hi Tracy, how are you? James in Limerick, Southwest. Only place I've been is Dublin. We went about 6 weeks ago to a wedding. I didn't think that much of Dublin, other than the Guinness Zero was quite good out of the tap, like fucking expensive. Jesus. Cheers and no worries, Neil. Thanks, Stephen. No problem, Kevo. Get some nice aftershave. Yeah. But like you said, don't drink it. I did a little video today, but I went to John Lewis. Not to buy anything. It's still too expensive. But I had a bit of time to kill. And the amount of money I saved. So if I see some nice food now in M&S, I don't think, it's too expensive that I just buy it. I thought I used to spend £7 in Mayfair, whatever, or £100 a day on drink. But it just gets a lot of groceries, doesn't it? And I used to put £5 worth of petrol in. Fill it up now. Don't think about booking a holiday, just do it. I was right down on my finances. And I'm not I've never been well off, but I was just fucking brassic when I was drinking. Crazy. Thank God I stopped before social media blackout meant I stayed hidden. Yeah, understand, Thomas. Strike, do you ever gonna change the mentality? It's not sad, it's powerful. See how much strength you have. And feel proud that you realise you have power over your addiction. Have a good time. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Think, as I said before, we are the exclusive minority. We're beating this, or we're beating it. That's a massive thing. Thanks to you have the most expensive Chanel blue. The freebie aftershave. I've never got anything free in my life. You mean those little bits of paper you get with a bit of scent on them? Tiny little bottles. Wouldn't even cover my cheeks. Making change, just out of curiosity, did you ever take any illicit drugs when you were drinking? I didn't. No, I was always quite happy with drink, to be honest. I tried cannabis once when I had a brief affair with somebody, and had a few drinks. It didn't make any difference. I wasn't a smoker, you see. People chicken, thanks for putting the links in there. There's links to the ebook. I don't want one mentioning the ebook's only $5.99. Just click the links that Beef and Chickens have put up there, or go on to the description part of the videos. There's a link there for the book. It's really helpful. So I've been told, and my partner and me did it together, and my daughter was involved as well. Just do a few graphics, so I wasn't really technically minded. I only started this 16 months ago, and I couldn't even put a picture on a phone. So my partner stuck with me and just taught me how to do it. My daughter was good as well, very good. And I got my two best women helping me, which is fantastic, Okay, we're going to know the free spray and duty free. You could be on there all day spraying things. You smell like a very hose drawers, wouldn't you? Blackstone, is probably true that a lot of people on here could very well not be with us had they not been lucky when drunk. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm very lucky to be here. Probably is the answer for everyone. Thomas, yeah. Sensi Oli, this is not Eto. A-E-T-O-H, I don't know what that means. Sensei Oli, just expand on that if you don't mind. John, we're trying to beat it too, Steve. Not everyone is a winner. Everyone can be, though, John, can't they? Let's hope so, anyway. Neil, you can't tell your workmates you're an alcoholic, but you can here. Exactly. It's all confidential here. You say what you want. And I think you're right there. We tend to hide it. There's still a stigma now, but not with me. I just tell everybody. I've got to admit, I'm all over the world. Not all over the world, but in this town, I mean, I've been open. But when I met my current partner, Samantha, who's a diamond, I told her she's a very clever woman. It's understood, Bernie Bassett, imagine an alcoholic winning the lottery. Well, why not, yeah? Have a great life, wouldn't you? Especially sober. John, 100%. Thanks, John. Johnny Dodger, Steve, do you think that alcohol pops can be get away alcoholism for younger people? I think they probably could. I read an article not long ago, but it's just flashed on the phone. I don't do a lot of reading. They said these alcohol pops are coming back in fashion. Steve, do you think? Yeah, I think they are. They could be a gateway. With me, I liked the first drink I had when I took a drink with my dad at the holiday camp. And then my dad used to make home brew. It wasn't a big drinker. We didn't have much money, see. Dad was a local policeman. My mother worked in a sort of section house where the young police here, single men used to live, or single policemen and women. So just basic jobs, and we didn't have a lot of money, so they used to brew a home brewed lager. And I used to raid it. Not raid it, but have the old one, especially when they were on holiday. There was so much of it, nobody even noticed I had a few. And I built this massive tolerance, If you think that alcohol pops, yeah, alcohol pops definitely could be a gateway. Anything that starts a chain reaction of feeling good and getting rid of the anxiety will multiply, wouldn't it? Did you think, Neil Hughes, I told everyone it was scary, but they have a duty of care, so they can't get rid of you. I told management, HR, and colleagues giving me addiction. I wish I'd done that. I was too worried about it. Steve, serious question. I have a big Ned Kelly on me now, belly fat. I look pregnant, not pretty. Any advice how to get rid of? I know it sounds a bit fickle, but fickle. Can't remember the word. Eat less. Do a bit of exercise. Go. I mean, this gym group that I go to is only 20 quid a month. There's a couple of machines in there. You get them. Just cut down on your food. That's the best way. It's 80% food and 20% gym, isn't it? Any of the PTs will tell you that. So, 80% food and 20% gym. 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 80% food and whatever you're eating, try and go on to fruit and veg a bit. Saying I've got a curry for later on, but that's because I've had a busy day. But generally, I mean, I would have like a prawn salad, maybe a bit of mashed potato, a bit of cheese or something like that, or have maybe like prawn salad or a bit of fish or maybe steak and eggs, something like that. Just cut down a bit, Dan, there's no shame in admitting you're an alcoholic. It's simply strength. It shows strength you're beating. Of course, I agree, Stan. Once you're sober confident, then you want to tell everybody, and you like being. When they're all pissed and they've spent a fortune after a bank holiday, you can walk around it, and have a nice coffee when they're calling in sick. Making changes. What would you think is the best thing as a medication? Well, I know you're not a doctor, so you can physically say. Just out of curiosity, I was taking the beta blocker of things. Well, the best thing is anything that's going to ease withdrawal, to be honest, which was diazepam in my day. So I think it's Librium now, but I didn't try that. I had diazepam for 4 times. Cheers, Kev. I put a couple of videos out about fitness and how I got back to strength again because I was only 9 stone. I was pretty malnourished, so I'll maybe concentrate on that a bit more. It's very important nutrition, isn't it? Jamie, hi Jamie, I stay following your videos. What do you think about 0% being? I've been using them for years and I think they're good, but a lot of people don't agree with that. Some people don't. But I think they're okay. If it helps you get off the booze, then try them, Keep on them if you're not having any problems. Stoic, 100% I used to live in shame. I couldn't look people in the eye. Same with me. I shouted from the rooftops. I tell everybody now, I don't drink. Fuck you. If you've got a problem, Birdie, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Maybe. But I'm an alcoholic that's very confident now. And, I feel better. I feel better and I look better than most of my ex-drinkers as well. Well, ex-friends. They don't like me now because I've got myself put together. Amazing the jealousy aspect of getting when you get well. I'm so jealous. Samara, we lost a crew member down the Falklands, not through any hostilities, but he fell off a ladder between the submarine and a roll. The auxiliary tanker. We're drinking the tanker's free bar. See, just shows you the accidents bang. John Doe, if you're sober, it's easy. If you're not so. I agree. Yeah, sober, you can put your mind to getting fit again, Kev. The Duff I stayed on started on the alcohol pops when I was 15. 2 dogs, alcoholic lemonade. Yeah, there you go. So definitely a gateway. Thomas, bedtime for this old guy, but one last tip. If you're drinking days of enjoyment are over now, you're flung a dead horse. Close the chapter, Tom. That's a good message. Flung a dead horse. You can never bring the buzz back. You can't bring your 20s back. It's like saying you're 5'8", you want to be 6'3", like me. You're not going to be. You're not going to be 5'8". It's an impossibility, and that's the thing. Beef and chicken. Thanks for putting the links on. There's a link to the ebook and one-to-one mentoring, and the ebook's very useful. Bertie, I don't know what that's about. Dennis Money, Blackstone, no question. 100%, I'd be dead. I had occasional blood coming from my orifice, my body still. Have you still no idea how to survive? Sorry about sharing. No problem, Dennis. We were all very ill, I had the same. I had alcohol-related liver disease. Decompensated. The worst, See, your ex-mates are clearly jealous for them. Oh, I agree, John. Oh, they're not even my ex-mates. I just hear them. In fact, I don't even go to Wetherspoons anymore where I used to drink. But some of them just ignored me. Even their wives do now. I think, fuck off. So I've got a younger girlfriend. I've got a better life. And they're just fucking jealous. You can feel it. They don't need to say anything. I just look at them and think, you fucking dickheads. I'm very confident anyway, but I can't give a toss about them. You're right, fuck them. Christopher Tate, hi Steve, I hope you're well and have a good day. Certainly. What are your thoughts on drinking non-alcoholic beers in recovery? 100% agree with them. They've made a massive difference to me. I never drank out of cravings, mine were more emotional reasons. And when I relapsed, I did in 2014, that was my last relapse, I know it was. I just know. And that wasn't anything to do with cravings. But through all those 8 years of sobriety, through all the last 6 or so years of sobriety, then I always had 0%. I mean, I've only drank 5.5 years, or 5 years, I think, out of 20, roughly. The rest has been sober, and it's always been alcohol-free. I only had 1 relapse in 20 years. But nearly killed me. Do you think being sectioned would be a good way to get out of addiction? That's a serious question because I know multiple people have lost their mind. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, I did think about committing a crime to get into custody. I was so low. I didn't do it. I mean, ex-police would have been hammered in prison. Plus, I didn't want to commit a crime, but there was all sorts of dark thoughts went through my head of ways to get some help, Not good. Blackstone, talking about the amount of times you fall over, or out yourself in dangerous situations. If you weren't lucky, you could hit your head off 100%. 100%. I know a guy who died recently, who's a barrister, very clever bloke, made a fortune. He used to drink. He's now quite a big, around 6'3", about 6'6". He used to drink Guinness like next. As soon as you had a case that was a Florida trial or something, you might finish 11 o'clock in the morning, straight to the boozer on Newcastle Quayside, and he kept falling off, and falling over and banging his head, and he eventually fractured his skull. Major, do you think being sectioned, so you are now selling off ex-drinking partners? Now you're an advocate. Ex-drinking partners, no partners. I just say that the ones that are jealous are wankers because they make ridiculous remarks, and I don't have any time for them. Making changes, absolutely. I shot myself in the head with an air rifle to get sectioned and detoxed. I was that desperate for help. That was 15 years ago. I haven't drunk since. There you go. I wasn't going to mention that until you brought it up, but yeah, I know about that one. No, but I don't think I'll slag anybody off. I'm just saying they become very jealous, and I don't care. So, as other people have said, boss them. Forget about your ex-drinking partners. They're not going to help you in life. They have no positive effect on your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's horrendous what alcohol makes us do. I mean, look at the Submariner message there. Hi, Stephen, everyone. Love to all. Thanks, Johnny. Alex James, as someone who has been sectioned and put on shitty medications like whatever that is, antipsychotics, no, I think there are better ways to deal with it, and I hate them for the way I was treated while in the psych ward. Yeah, I know if you want to go into details there. Why were you sectioned? Is it something that you sort of brought about yourself, or I don't know anything about the section and stuff. I was like what you would call a normal severe alcoholic, really. I think, although I had a lot of issues after that, but alcohol induced psychosis. Okay, but yeah, right. Maybe I had a touch of that. Maybe I don't know. I know that I went extremely anxious. He had panic attacks and was worried all the time about not having enough supply and this sort of carry on, which was horrendous. Brent Thomas, drink and drug induced psychosis is a high price to pay. Forget being intentionally sectioned. Right, I got you there. Actually, I missed tonight, but I'll rewatch it. No problem. We'll do a few minutes for you, like I say. We're talking about initially about withdrawal, but we've just gone through other things, which is great. I like the fact we can just all talk like this. It's great. Carlos Blackstone, I missed a step in a friend's bathroom and broke my foot. If I'd fallen a couple of feet to the left, I'd have gone through a glass shark screen. Yeah, things like that. Really bad, It's not good for you. The accidents people have. We've been very lucky to be here. We're all very lucky, actually. Real form. Hello, how are you doing? Sorry late to the show. I've been to Ebbing protest after the bad outcome at High Court. So did the High Court overturn it? I lived opposite that hotel, near the Forest Gate pub, which you'll have seen. And I don't know if the Forest Gate pub's open at the moment when the demo's going on, but I lived in Bell Common. And then moved to a house just along from that hotel. Lived there for 10 years when I was in the Met. Believe I said I was bullshit. Dan, I used to call the ward sister Nurse Ratchet in hospital. She hated me, Nurse Ratchet. Ex-sub-Petrit, Dennis Maloney, my geography teacher, used to come to the classroom every day, give us a chapter to read. So he would out his head down on the desk and pass out for 40 minutes. Never teach. Yeah, a few teachers were big big drinkers, particularly the practical people. teachers with woodwork and metalwork people. I don't know why. I've been sectioned in the past because of drugs, but the second time I break down because of the loss of Gran. Yeah, I understand where you come from, Alex. You know, the mind's very well. So it's just very difficult to work things out sometimes, isn't it? Very fragile, the mind, isn't it? And government is telling us anxiety isn't really an illness. I beg to differ. It can be more debilitating than the physical. And I totally agree. My problems start with my anxiety. It's made me drink more. Something like that. Then I got physically ill. Kevin, I was rubbish at sports. I found swimming good. Oh, well, that's a swimming. Sauna, jacuzzi, used to sit and chat in there. It's much better, isn't it? Worked for me as well. Definitely. On floor of the cuckoo's nest. I've never seen that. Well done, real farmer. Making changes. The most weirdest thing is my liver and kidneys are absolutely fine. 30 years of blasting the most horrendous stuff. How is it possible? Everyone's different, aren't they? I suppose. But you're very lucky making changes. It might have harmed other things, pancreas or kidneys or maybe heart problems, you know. Don't trip. How you doing? Don't trip. We'll probably give the high security hospitals like Brampton or Baltimore a miss, aren't we? Yeah. Alex James, you must have done something serious for your dissection. Trust me, I know. Real family, you must be a lefty. Good to see you. I tell you, Mark, I had the most vanilla drinking routine ever. Get hammered, end up in the kebab shop and someone, get in the fight, go to jail. Sounds quite exciting, really, that, doesn't it? Really? I don't fancy it, like, but if you want to drop a super chat in, please do. It's been a very good chat tonight, and keep it going for a little bit longer if you want. Super chat in here, or the Buy Me Coffee link's there as well, pinned at the top. If you want to donate a little bit and keep the channel lively and well supported. Vanilla, I like that. People don't think much of us because we drink this. No, we got a bit of a bad press, don't we? But we've got to get over that. Kebab doesn't taste as good when you're sober. Oh, I don't know, mind. Get some jalapenos on it and a bit of chili sauce. Wasn't bad. Teddy Max, 64 viewers. Is that a new record? No, how about 70 ones? We've got 65. We're doing well though, Teddy. Definitely doing well. And there's been quite a sustained amount of people. I like it sounds quite deep. Look forward to Rio. It was all right actually. It wasn't that deep. But it's good about the withdrawal. There's quite a few new people coming in, which is good. Alexia had a violent breakdown in front of a hospital because I had been brought there against my will. Yeah, I understand where you come from. But I had a little bit of that deal with that when I was in the police. Ian, last Villa, I've drunk for years but never ended up in a cell. No, me. I used to put people in cells, but I didn't end up in myself. I sat in one once when I was too drunk to go home. Don't tell you, Mark, that's the one can easily collect up charges on the booze. Johnny the Troll, Steve, 5 days now. I really love this channel and all the people in it. Thanks, Johnny. 5 days is brilliant. But it needs sectioned. But delusions. Thomas, I get the one to be sectioned. I did too. I jumped out a window in withdrawal, trying to get sectioned. I wanted a jab in the arse to escape. The hell is drunk. It's horrible, isn't it? Babe, I should tell your opinion would grow up. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm just trying to ignore his comments until we get rid of him again. John Doe, yeah, jalapenos, hot as fuck, isn't it? Well said, Stu. Careful, Bertie. Bertie May, what are you on about? He just goes off on one, doesn't he? Oh, okay. Just somebody get rid of him. Anybody get rid of him. It's a pain in the arse, isn't it? You know, he's like my ex-wife. He's all right for a little while and then just fucks up. Jamie Dodger is wanting to be sectioned to cry for help. 100%, Jamie. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a massive cry for help, that, isn't it? 100%. You know what the police used to do sometimes? They'd arrest me, drive me to the next town over, and give me a ticket to appear in court in the town. Yeah, that's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad you never end up in a cell, Steve. You must have always carried that additional responsibility, drinking heavily whilst being a serving copper. Yeah, it's not easy. I'll not get rid of Bertie, but somebody else can. Give him the pleasure. Oh, he's gone, thank God. Well done to whoever got rid of him. I wonder what's wrong with him. Can you imagine being his wife? Fucking hell. Or his partner, whatever he does with his life. He's gone now, Johnny. He's gone. He'll be off for another week. Bertie, you must be a lefty, and I got rid of you on a couple of channels I'm mod on. Really? Oh, there you go. I didn't know this real farm. You must tell us more. Good to see, though. Don't bring your hate into other channels. He is a funny bastard, isn't he? Oh, I think he's all right now. He's got this like Jekyll and Hyde thing, isn't he? I think Billy's just going through a tough time right now. That's what my partner would say. But yeah, I don't know about that. He's just a bit of a twat, I would say, in police terms. Bit of a knobhead. After exhausting all sources for medical help, I chose a horrendous method to get detox. It wasn't suicide attempt, it was just to get help. I agree with that. Shooting your head with an air rifle, and it's with an air rifle, yeah, bad. You got the help and you're still alive, that's the main thing. Thomas, have you ever woke up in the middle of nowhere? Oh, many times. Ebbing Forest, mainly. I did then drunk from a puddle while pissing myself. Oh, I don't know that, yeah. I used to piss in the underground, so on the way back. There's no bloody toilets from an Epping station. Fucking terrible. United Bertie put the drink down, mate. Well done, said Stoic. Robbie Howlett, delirium tremors are the worst thing ever. I never had those, Robbie, thankfully. The Dove Bertie ticks all sorts, certainly does. Nearly sounds pissed, I think he is, yeah. Real farmer, trust me, I know the ones to look out for. Not here to hate, but they seem to hate on channels that are doing what our mainstream news should be doing. Yeah, you're right. Bertie's got a few too many, maybe. I like Bertie knowing what the fuck, yeah. He's just a pain in the arse. I think I would say immature, really, to be honest. A bit immature. But it's not the end of the world, is it? There's plenty of other people who fill his place. We've done 1 hour and 35. We've had quite a good chat tonight, I believe. Left and I woke up face down in my own vomit one night and a half-eaten burger in my hand. It scared me, but obviously not enough. I remember a couple of times waking up in the forest, thinking, what the fuck? I remember vaguely walking from Epping Station up through the forest, and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Real farmer, how's everyone anywhere? All good, real farmer, all good. Dennis, I'm not laughing at alcoholism, but I bet we're all open and honest and told our worst stories. Like, I thought it would be some book incredible. It would be a bestseller, wouldn't it? But it would be a foot thick, just on the chapters. There's 50, we've got 100 of us there, and all talking about the first drink, even. It'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? I woke up with a dead dog, and I say, fucking hell. Oh, that's not a woman. I woke with a few dogs, man. Jesus Christ. That was terrible, that beer. I'm only mentioning that because my partner's on here tonight, but Jesus, what's all that about? Dennis Maloney, good idea, but we couldn't glorify. Kevin, it's a shame temperance bars are still not a thing. There are a couple of alcohol-free bars, I believe in London and Manchester. It might be a good idea to start one of them. You don't know, do you? I wouldn't want to do all that work, though. Was it Harry the dog? Yeah, horrible, isn't it? A horrible thought. The things you do when you get drunk. A lot of it isn't really published. Well, it could be published, but it'll be over it either, wouldn't it? Blackson, I walked through a forest at midnight and woke up on a bus station bench. Oh, I don't know, that's just terrible, isn't it? I woke with a mongrel or two, 100%. Strange place, I woke in the church and it was locked. What else? And I woke in a pub with 2 birds in East End London, which was Shoreditch, really rough area. That wasn't very good. I got in a fight with myself in a brick wall and lost. I was kicking the wall in frustration and broke my big toe. It's incredible the amount of accidents we've had, isn't it? Yeah. I've got a mate who was drinking his so-called girlfriend, a bit heavy. You know what that means. She fell over and broke her ankle. He didn't do much work. She just gets benefits now. They're just caning the system because of alcohol. Tell you about the English countryside in the middle of the night. Went to scare. It's horrible, isn't it? It was cold for a start. So I walked on the street from a night out. People were out shopping, had to ring the wife to pick me up. I mean, I didn't know where I was. Also worked on a church roof, not necessarily random houses. Incredible, isn't it? On a roof. Fucking hell. I remember a mate of mine who joined the mate, was a little fella. He was an archaeologist. When they lowered the height limit for the police, they brought everybody in under the height limit. And he walked in a grid bin. He was only a little bloke, them yellow grid bins in central London. And he got up about 8 o'clock in the morning, people walking to work. And he was in half uniform as well. Fucking nutter. I don't know how he stayed in the job. He did. It did kick off at Ebbing tonight. I could go on all night. what we've seen being out at these protests. One security guard on duty in Norwich Hotel got caught watching beheading videos. Bloody hell. It's all gone tits up, isn't it? There's a funny book called Diary of an Innkeeper. All right, I don't know that. Teddy out on the sticks. Done tonight all. Doing so, I'll never judge anyone. It's an awful addiction. I've never taken drugs. I was a good boxer. Divorce, seeing my brother get and made me drink. But 5 days, I'm sorry to keep fair. Keep going, Johnny, keep going. I've been meaning to get up there, not too far. Was it worth the salt? Really far, but that's disgusting. I shall check any orders channel. The country is at boiling point. Oh, without a doubt, so we're just on the edge now. I mean, the police, I know some ex-senior officers who are still doing a bit of work on the civilian side, and it's looking pretty grim, to be honest. And thankfully, it's coming into winter. Because if this was back in March or April, when the good weather storm, it would have been even worse. Because, rain is the policeman's friend, isn't it? And that's why you don't get days upon days of protests in the UK that you may get in the Middle East when the weather's dry and warm. People tend to, if it's pissing down in Trafalgar Square, people go home, don't they? It's not like that in some places. Kevin Goddard was in Spain 20 years, seen a geezer with Arsenal shirt on, went to shake his hand. I was sort of it unwind, didn't realise I was shaking hands with myself in the mirror. I've done that before. It's good and fucking daft, isn't it? See, my friend, did you ever judge anyone in the force being drunk? No. I was a drinker as well. I used to let most people off who were drinkers. It wasn't a big thing for me. I didn't do any traffic stops for drunk driver. I didn't do any. Mine was basically crime based, Dennis Maloney, not glorified, but I have woke up in some of the worst situations on alcohol. Dangerous 50-50 balance. No wonder it took me so long to get sense. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Very difficult. If you'd like to leave a super chat and support the channel, please do. The Buy Me a Coffee links at the top as well. If you want to support us, we've still got a few people on here. I'll do that. So go a quarter of the hour, that's what we need. It's been a good chat night. I put a poll out, see if people want this every night or not. I didn't get much feedback, but if it's working every night and people want it every night, I'll do it. Or when I'm here, or when I'm not, if I'm not out or something, But I don't mind when I can fit an hour and a half in. This seems to be the optimum time between 9 and 10-ish. I think it's probably pretty good. Like I say, more so in the winter months when people are starting to relapse a bit. And it gets to the point where, people are thinking, well, just fancy a drink now, there's nothing else to do. Meal Hughes, I like it's good. That's good. It's a nice place to come for people, isn't it? And how to have a bit of chill out and feel part of a team, really. 10k in live tonight. Right, that's good, isn't it? From the description, so the orders channel, right? There's been a lot of problems at that hotel, hasn't there? A lot of protests. It's been a great chat watching and hearing people's fight with the demons. It's horrendous, isn't it? How people do. Stoic philosophy was £5. Wow, thanks very much. Thank you, Stoic, for that brilliant donation. Appreciate it so much. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. What a message. Good words, Stoic, isn't it? Thanks very much for that donation. Really, really appreciate it. I'll just read it again. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. It's so true, because there's a lot of people who are a lot worse off than us, I keep saying that. Somebody had a bad day and you're pissed off and you go past a child in a wheelchair and you think, fucking hell. Why can't the fucking rapist be in a wheelchair? Or the grooming gang, or the child molester, some cunt like that, you know what I mean? Plus, I watched a police video where a guy drunk was asleep in the middle of a motor. You could imagine. Crazy things. We're going to all the best on. Thanks, Stephen. That state does not matter if you drink. Of course it doesn't. You drink what you want. Johnny Wilkinson support coffee. Thanks very much, Johnny. Really appreciate that. Some nice support tonight, which has been brilliant. We had a good chat. We had a lot of people on tonight. A lot of people have stayed the course, which was good. All the best. Samara, so could you get a job writing Christmas cards? 100%. Menus. Christmas cards much better. I woke up at 8 a.m. beside a cab office, John. Said, hey, John Doe. In the late 90s, on their concrete steps, they just left me there and ignored me. Apparently, so I heard the cab office got firebombed 2 weeks later. Andrew, we're here to help. Cat, 100%, because don't worry about us. We're all here to help. Thomas Brenner, as at the time you would have wanted to give it some dignity in death instead of just being in the street. That's Steve. There's plenty of them in these hotels messing with children or women, and plenty of just drug dealing. They come out at night. The thing is, I don't want to get into politics about this, but there seems to be a lot of fit young men coming over. You don't see many grannies or kids. But that's another. Maybe it's not another channel on that. I did put a couple of things out on another channel. I didn't have time to pursue it. Left liner, could you do a live when people talk about their worst moment? Well, of course. Most bottom of the bottle. I know we've heard a lot of regular stories, but it helps to fight the team. Yeah, we do it tomorrow night. The bottom of the bottle, yeah. I think, Steve, how often live is down to you. It's a lot of work for you. Some will say one a week, some want only it every day. We all love it and try to be here as often as possible. It's up to you. Thanks, Dennis. Yeah. I think it's working at the moment because it hasn't been every night. We've been away a couple of times, but we'll go away again in the middle of September for a little while. But I'll keep doing as much as I can. I always get the support and always helping people and get some good comments, and it helps people, I think. Leslie, good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Live tomorrow, Steve. I think we'll do it tomorrow, yeah? No problem. I think my partner's busy with something else this weekend, so should be free. Carlos, thank you, Steve and Chat. Been a great one tonight. Much love to you all. Samara, let's face it, we probably had the best times of our lives doing alcoholic binges. That's probably why it's so hard to give it up. You're right, mate. There are some good times. I had some terrible times as well. You're welcome. I believe a good one does help. 100%. Your blessing, Steve. Thanks. Can't believe when I first watched this, I'd be so afraid. Just being pissed, I can't offer much. You'll get back on. Don't worry. Thanks to you. And all from Darren. Sorry, I comment earlier. I understand being sectioned isn't. Don't worry about that. You can comment whatever you want. Bertie's a dickhead. As simple as that. Forget about him. You're fine, Alex. No, we'll see. Well, okay. We'll say good night, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And we'll have another chat. It was brilliant tonight, wasn't it? Good. So we'll talk tomorrow. I think everyone remember this. Bottom of the bottle. Our worst experience. Mine will probably take about 3 days, but it's worth doing that, I think, isn't it? To talk about the bottom of the bottle. Jordan Brooks, thanks for being here. Cheer all, and back with Steve, great chat. Thank you for sharing. Take care. So down to Bob, wasn't it? So I have to give him a bit back, I think. Cheerio to everybody, and have a good night. Well, not much left of it, isn't it? I'll go and have this curry now. A bit late for curry, isn't it? Real fun. I haven't even got a microwave. I was doing the frying pan. Good night, all. Take care. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, chat. Thanks for everybody. Thanks to the moderators, and you've done a brilliant job as always. Thanks, Beef and Chicken, for being here as the first moderator, and to all the other moderators, and for everybody else who's been involved. It's been good. You took your vitamins, Beef. Well done, you. That's why you're sleepy tonight. Only joking. Nice to see everybody, and we'll reconvene tomorrow at 2100 hours. We must get a funny ending going, mustn't it? Right, catch you later, anyway. Thanks very much for everybody's donations, coffees, chat, and being here. Take it easy.